Welcome to the DE Asset Management second quarter video for 2019. In this video, we would like to look at the crypto industry, the crypto blockchain industry, how big it has become internationally. We also look at the venture capital industry in Canada as a whole. We'd also look at the industry in Vancouver, how big it is in Vancouver. And we'll then have a second quarter report on our company of the asset management for 2019. So when we look at the crypto industry itself as to how big it has become, the crypto blockchain industry now has a market cap, and this is based on numbers today, and it's taken from CoinMarketCap. That's where I get all my information. It's right from the source, right on the press today, right? So as of today, which is Friday the 28th of June 2019, we have a market cap of $338.52 billion US dollars and a 24-hour volume of 108.6 billion US dollars, and that's just in 24 hours. So the industry has grown, right? It's a considerable industry right now. We have the big banks that are now getting into our industry, creating cryptocurrency. JP Morgan is looking to have their own coin. We have Facebook looking to do something too as well. We have insurance companies too that are looking to create their own coins and have other blockchain type technology to run their companies. So we are now starting to see the mainstream usage of the whole blockchain technology that we've been talking about for a long time. We said we can't wait to see the mainstream getting involved. We are now starting to see that, right? But in the industry, I think, which is a bit of a surprise for everyone, and we were looking to see really how the blockchain industry will develop long term. We know usually a technology, when it is created, we might have ideas of how it might be, and we will see it going one way at the start. But usually when it go mainstream, it might be different from how it first started. And we really thought that Ethereum would be the bigger cryptocurrency because it had more use cases and so forth, right? Because ICOs were being developed on the Ethereum platform, right? So we thought, yeah, Ethereum will take over. But what we really see right now is that BTC has a major dominance in the whole industry. BTC's dominance is of 62.65%, whereas Ethereum, its dominance is 9.69%, right? So we are starting to see that Facebook is trying to build a platform based on Bitcoin. I think it's the same thing JP Morgan is looking to do. So what's starting to happen now is Bitcoin is really creating a massive dominance, and there's a use case now for Bitcoin. So what we first looked at and we first thought in the industry is that Bitcoin was a store of value like gold is, and that's how it would be later on too. But we are seeing probably Bitcoin would be way more useful than just being a store of value. It might have a use case and so forth. right, as it continue on. So what we saw this year is very encouraging for the whole industry, right? We've seen a very good bull run that is taking place. We saw in April, right? In April, I think it was April the 4th, there was, so Bitcoin was trading at $4,906 US, right? Which was actually a move, a substantial move from March 22nd when it was trading at $3,900. We then see Bitcoin move to being now on the 28th of trading at 11,900, and that is still a slight decrease from what we saw earlier in the same month of June. On the 26th, we see Bitcoin hit its high for the year of $13,000 US, right? So what we are starting to see is what a number of analysts have said, and which is what our company have predicted too, which is we will see Bitcoin rise this year, right? We think Bitcoin is going to get back up to the numbers that it was doing in late 2018 when it was 20,000, right? It could hit 20,000 again this year, right? So we really believe that, and we are really prepared for that move. So let's have a look now at venture capital, the venture capital industry in Canada as a whole first. So our company, the Asset Management, is a venture capital company here in Vancouver. And in Canada on a whole, what we saw happen in 2018 is that the whole venture capital industry had investments in Canada of $3.7 billion. Right, so compared to the US, that's not that big, but that's what we had in Canada, right, in the end of 2018. And what we saw in Vancouver, our space, our province here in Vancouver, is there was investments of $441 million, right? So when we think of what BC in comparison to other provinces, we had in Ontario, we had 1.8 billion, or actually 1.9 billion, and in Quebec they had 1.1 billion, right? So BC is kind of third in venture capital investments, right? So what we saw with our company is that we had investments. We now have a capital of assets of 4.8 million, right? So that's actually our enterprise value is $4.8 million, right? We have assets of $4.6 million. So that would put now DE Asset Management having a share in the whole Canadian market of 0.132%, right? So we are not really making that much waves as far as Canada is concerned. But when we think of our own province here of BC, our company has a 1.1 share in the BC market, right? So we have a 1% share in the BC market, right? And we are looking to grow that, right? Because last year, if you remember, in the fourth quarter video we had last year in 2018, we spoke about us having assets at the end of the year. I think we ended up with 1 million assets, right? And we really started the year with we really wanted to grow our assets in this space, in this blockchain space. We are one of the few venture capital companies in Canada on a whole in this space, right? And we wanted to grow our assets in this space, and we are very happy to see that that is exactly happening right now, right? Because now we have a 1% share of the market, and we really intend to grow that. So now we're going to look at some of the figures as to exactly have in the report on the second quarter of what we actually did. So in the first quarter, we had assets of 2,847,260, right? And we had 2,300,000 tokens, right? In the second quarter, we had assets of 628,100, right? And we have 27 million tokens, right? So that hit us at a total assets, both second quarter and first quarter, of 4,693,640, right? And then we had tokens of 37 million tokens, 650,000, all right? So we really was able to grow our asset base this year so far, right? In the first and second quarter. The first quarter started off very good. The second quarter we fell off a bit because in the first quarter we had assets of 2 million. In the second quarter we are down to 628,000, right? So we have a goal now of fighting to get back up to that, right? In the third quarter we really want to increase our assets to get back up to where we were before. And saying that, we should discuss exactly how we intend to do that this quarter, in this third quarter starting July 1st of 2019. So to do that, we'd be focusing on, we have an exchange. We should discuss this first. We are part owners, equity partners of an exchange in Hong Kong called BTCEX, right? And this exchange launched on June 20th, right? And it's been very successful. We'll talk more about that success later, but since we are partners with that exchange, we're equity partners, DE Asset Management will be the asset management side of that exchange, right? So we will be acting in a role similar to, you would see Coinbase has an asset management side, right? So we'd be similar to that in our role. So basically we will be investing larger amounts. So if an investor wants to come in with larger amount of investments on an exchange and not really wanting to leave that money on the exchange, you could talk to us, talk to any of our representatives, and we could place those trades for you, and we could actually manage that investment for you. So DE Asset Management would be then managing crypto assets, right? And so we could also do it as part of our funds. So we could have that discussion with you as to whether you would want it into our funds. So we have two funds, the DE ICO fund and the DE passive fund, right? Or that could be a private investment that you'd like to do, right? So if it's a one-off trade of just Bitcoin only, we just keep that as just a Bitcoin trade, or any other cryptocurrency that you'd like to do, right? So we'd like to have you call in and we discuss how we could do that for you. And as we are partners of a crypto exchange, we could then offer the best trading fees. We could really place trades in the best possible way for you, the client, if we put it that way, right? All right. So and to manage your accounts in a way that you will have the best success. Okay. So please have a look at BTCEX. The exchange is Their website or platform is bxlend.com. Right, so that's bxlend.com, and you could have a look at their platform. And their token is the BXC token. So let's get into a little bit of how successful they have been since the launch on the 20th. So since BTC EX launched on the 20th of this month, they now have a lot of traders that are trading on the exchange, right? And a good bit of activity just for being 1 month, 1 week, sorry, 1 week of trading. It's very commendable in what they're doing. So again, as you said, so please have a look at their exchange at bxlend.com, and we really believe that Bitcoin will go to 20,000, right? So any investor who ever wanted to learn more about Bitcoin, really wanted to see how successful Bitcoin could be in their account or portfolio, please contact us, right? deasset.ca. So again, we want to thank all our investors, all our partners and stakeholders for your continued support and investment in DE Asset Management. So this has been Daryl Emmanuel for the second quarter report for 2019. Thank you very much.